Hello and welcome to episode 60 of SoccerCraft. In between episodes, I've been trying to get my ideas sorted out for what I want to do for the lower ring of Ba Sing Se. And I've already done a bunch of housework and pathwork. So we've got this house here, which I'm using as my kind of storage room to build these other houses. And this also is now our access to our super smelter. So we come down here to access the super smelter. And all these other small houses are now part of a channel point redemption on my Twitch channel where you can move into Ba Sing Se. And you'll get to get one of these houses, pick a roof type, pick some flowers to go out front, and help us decorate the inside. Now, I do really like what I have going on here so far, but there's a few things about it that I want to change. Like the paths. I do really like the paths, and I really like the coarse dirt and the rooted dirt, but the thing is, I like it too much. I really want to expand the dirt to be absolutely everywhere in the lower ring, so I'm going to need to find a way to get rid of all the grass. And after discussing it with a few of my builder friends, we came up with an idea that I hope is going to work, and that is to use a hoe. So basically, you hoe it to farmland, and seeing as it's not hydrated, it will convert back to dirt, and then you have dirt. That's how it works, right? But then eventually the grass is going to expand to it, and it's become grass again, and that's the issue that we have first. So what I'm going to do is take a line across here, all the way to that wall, replace it all with coarse dirt, and then I should be able to start changing all of the farmland from the coarse dirt all the way around to we'll try to bring it to about here and see if we can get this whole area converted into dirt. So yeah, now let's hop into a time lapse and see if I can get this done. And we've got this area converted. What I did was I did a line of coarse dirt along the edge to make sure that no grass was able to touch areas where it was just regular dirt. And yeah, we did exactly like I said. I took my hoe to everything, converted it to farmland, and waited for it to turn back into dirt. And I think I would have completely failed if it didn't just happen to rain a lot while I was working on this. Something that I learned is that when it's raining and you put down farmland, that actually still counts as hydrated farmland. So it's not going to convert back to dirt until it stops raining. So that helped me get all the way over to here. And then once it started to stop raining, I put in a lot more coarse dirt along a line here to separate it again. So basically, as I'm moving forward, converting this outer layer into dirt, I need to do smaller segments because, yeah, it was just way too much at once. But we do have the area that I really wanted to cover with dirt covered, so that means we can start doing a little bit more work in this area before worrying about spreading more dirt around. And before I get started doing any more building around here, I just want to quickly say there's two people who have really been inspiring this dirt area, so I'm going to have links down to RofoRex and Latissimus down in the description. Check out their stuff. They're both very, very talented builders. Now, the place I want to get started building next is just copy pasting a bunch more of these small houses around. All of these squares are set up to perfectly put one of these houses inside, and then I've made a few designs for diagonal houses as well. So I think I'll just go do another time lapse, get as many houses built in the area, have the area look a lot more populated, and then we'll look at doing a little bit more terraforming, making the dirt look prettier. And yeah, let's do that. And we went ahead and built a crazy amount of houses in this outer ring area. And I'm really happy with how this place is shaping up already. I don't know how many houses, probably like 15 to 20 houses we put in, and they're all looking really, really cool. The view from above is really, really awesome. You're really starting to see the whole like overpopulated feel coming in place here. And now the next thing that I want to look at is upgrading the paths, and then maybe looking at adding in the trees that I have planned for over here. And for the paths, I collected up a whole bunch of birch and jungle logs because I'm thinking a wooden path through here will look better than this dirt path, because now everything's dirt. And now what are we waiting for? Let's build that path. We're back and we have this lovely path, and I've got the first of many trees in. The path turned out really great. The idea is to have the birch as a really big contrast against the dirt, and then the jungle logs, or jungle planks, sorry, as a transition out to give it a good gradient into the dirt. And I'm really happy with how this pathway's turned out. Over here we have this birch-esque tree, which uses a lot of the azalea leaves, moss, and grass to help fill a lot of the dead space. And the idea behind this tree is I wanted it to be kind of like a teardrop shape, and I think I really achieved that here. And I'm really happy with this tree, and I want to copy and paste it around in these other spots with the wool here. And now to build this tree, the first thing that you want to do is select which type of wood you want to use and select a wall to go with that. So I'm going to do a jungle log this time, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm going to use a granite wall in replacement of actual logs. So I'm going to put about 4 of these up, and then I'm going to put about, I don't know, like 4 or 5 actual fences on top. And now at this point, you just want to put a bunch of jungle fence gates on as your branches and hope that it looks good. Now, if I was doing this exact tree again, you want to try to go for a teardrop shape, so that means widest out in the middle. But for this one, I think I'm going to do a little bit different of a shape where it's widest out at the bottom, kind of going up to the middle. And so for that, I'll probably want like 2 pieces coming out from here. And maybe like 2 pieces coming out from here. And yeah, I'll place a few more of these and we'll see where they land. Alright, we have a ton of branches in place. Now the next thing I do is make sure to put leaves and stuff on top of all the branches first. And I throw 2 leaves on top, and let's see how it's looking so far. Alright, so far it's actually not looking too bad. Now let's start thinking about the shape that we really want, with it being pretty wide down at the bottom. So I'm going to put a bunch down in here. And now it's kind of just fill it in and try to make it look the best you can. The hard part about this is trying to not overdo it, but what I like to do is use honestly, all of this is still really inspired by RofoRex and Latissimus. So what I've been learning a lot recently is just having moss in your trees so you can put grass on top of them. Works really great as fillers. I honestly can't take credit for all these ideas. I'm learning so much from a lot of my Minecraft friends. And basically you just need to keep on taking a step back until you're happy with it. Do I like that there? Make it a little bit even on this side, and I think that is a done tree. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It's different from this one, and I kind of wanted to make it different, and that's why we're using the different wood type. But it's looking really good. Now I'm going to go ahead, I think I'm going to copy paste more of these trees around in this area. And then we'll see what this looks like with a little bit of a park forest next to this little part of the outer ring village. And now we have trees all over the place. It's looking fantastic. We've got our little park area, but there's a few things that I want to do to make this place look even better. And that's basically just upgrading the dirt. Yes, that's right, upgrading the dirt. And what I mean by that is basically just gradienting the dirt. Gradienting. That's a weird word to say. Gradienting. We're going to be gradienting the dirt a little bit better. So we're going to be adding in dark spots and highlights using the darker coarse dirt and the lighter rooted dirt. So I'm kind of picturing it looking a little bit splotchy, I guess is the word that we're going to use. And so I can get out a splotch like this, and we can fill this with rooted dirt. And yeah, I'm just going to put a ton of splotches all over this area and see if I can get something to look pretty good. And here we go. We got the dirt gradients mostly completely in place. I ran out of rooted dirt, so I'm going to have to collect more before continuing in this area. But as you can see, I've now got splotches of the different types of dirt all over, giving this a lot more texture than it had before, and I'm a really big fan of this technique. And now the thing you can do to bring this technique up a level is use of grass and ferns now creates a really dramatic effect to compared to it on grass, because there's just it's green compared to brown instead of green compared to green. So you can do really cool things like making specific areas that just have a lot of grass, like grassy patches, and it looks so good. See, yeah, that looks so good. And then you could do the exact same kind of idea with ferns and just have kind of like actual like control over where the grass is. And I think this is just a really great effect, and it's so simple to do, and it adds so much to your builds. Now I just want to come in this area and add a ton of this grass, and let's see, I think I can make this look a lot better. And with the grass in everywhere, it really brings the build to life. I put it everywhere that I think is appropriate for there to be grass or ferns, and I'm really happy with how it's coming together. This build, like when I started this episode, we really only had some outlines and some ideas with what I wanted to do, and we've already gotten all the way to this point of me having a really good idea of what I want to do for the whole outer ring. Now it's just pretty much copy and paste what we're doing here and bring it all the way around. This is gonna be like a forever project for me, but at least we got it started, am I right? That's the thing with these big projects, is just once you get it started, it's a lot easier to continue. So now that we have this done, I think this is actually probably where I should call this episode. I want to thank RofoRex and Latissimus for all the inspiration for what I'm doing for the lower ring of Ba Sing Se, and I can't say how happy I am with how this build is coming along. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think of how the build is coming along, and leave a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Water Tribe out.